Welcome to the Maier Files podcast, unveiling hidden realities.
Ever wondered what goes into making a new episode of the Maier Files? We've finally arrived in Schierke, the hometown of Rose, a place steeped in history and mystery. Today, we're going behind the scenes to explore how Elferharz came together.
And, of course, without giving too much away, we'll discuss the inspirations, research, hidden details, and maybe a few hints about what's next. Oh, and if you're new here, I'm Pat, publisher of the Maier Files, and with me is Lena, one of the central voices in this entire mystery.
Yeah, and we have something special to share. Episode 11 is just around the corner. In less than a few weeks, Elferharz will finally be released. 10 episodes have led us to this point, each filled with cryptic messages, historical enigmas, and shadowy conspiracies. And now we are about to step deeper into the unknown.
The journey so far has been one of unraveling secrets, hidden knowledge, suppressed science, and enigmatic figures. But Elferharz takes it to another level. This isn't just a continuation, it's a revelation.
So, how does Elferharz build upon everything that came before?
It picks up where we left off, deepening the mysteries we've uncovered so far. The foundation was laid in earlier episodes: hidden knowledge, suppressed science, and enigmatic figures. But now we're delving even deeper into the geomantic and esoteric significance of the Harz region. Why would a secret base like Harz 153 be positioned here? Ancient lore, magnetic anomalies, and hidden energy currents all play a role.
Schierke has always been a special place, yeah? It's called the Gateway to the Brocken, and for good reason. The Brocken is steeped in folklore, Walpurgis Night, witches' sabbaths, Irrelictor. The area is full of stories about spirits, hidden knowledge, and strange happenings. And let's not forget, this is Rose's hometown. Maybe she knew something we don't?
Right. And geomantically, Schierke and the Harz region sit on a powerful energy grid. Think of ley lines, natural currents of energy that ancient cultures used to align sacred sites. Some believe these spots amplify consciousness, making them ideal for rituals, or in this case, secret experiments. If you were looking for a place to conduct tests on resonance and hidden forces, why not choose somewhere already known for its strange energy?
And let's not forget witches. The Harz Mountains are famous for them. Walpurgis Night, der Blocksberg, these places have been linked to magic and transformation for centuries. But maybe witchcraft isn't just about spells and potions. Maybe it's about understanding reality differently, seeing the unseen. If Otto Maier was working on something beyond normal science, this would be the place to do it.
And that's where geomantic principles come in. If you look at medieval architecture, sacred sites, and even the Nazi-era obsession with esoteric geography, you'll find that locations were chosen not randomly, but based on energy flow and resonance. The Harz region, with its dense history of hidden knowledge, was the perfect place for a secret base. It wasn't just about seclusion, it was about harnessing something deeper, something already present in the land itself.
And if you think about it, geomancy is just another way to read the patterns of the world. Maybe Otto Maier and his team weren't just hiding. Maybe they were tapping into something, an ancient current of knowledge that had always been there. The name Elferharz itself holds an intriguing significance. Let's break it down.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. The elf part connects to all these Norse and Germanic folk stories, where elves were these mysterious beings who held secret knowledge and lived between worlds. And you know what's interesting about the number 11? In esoteric traditions, they saw it as this perfect bridge between different realms. It shows up a lot in old initiation ceremonies. Then there's Harz. And this is the cool part. It's not just about the mountain region. It's also this ancient tree resin that was super important in sacred rituals. The medieval alchemists were obsessed with it because they thought its crystal structure mirrored what they called the sacred geometry of the heart. They believed it could somehow connect our physical hearts to spiritual transformation. Pretty wild, right?
I keep thinking about this, Pat. Elferharz isn't just some random name, you know? Like, in the old stories, elf, or elben as they used to say, weren't these cute little forest creatures at all? They were. How can I explain this? Beings that existed in between, right? Between our world and something else. Between what's real and what we dream. Some old tales say they'd whisper secrets to people who knew how to listen properly, maybe even guide them to knowledge that was hidden away. And then there's Harz. It's fascinating because it's more than just those mountains. In the old magical practices, they would burn tree resin, Harz, during rituals. They used it to purify spaces and to help them see visions. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe Elferharz isn't just telling us about a place. Maybe it's pointing to something deeper, like a doorway or a key.
That actually fits perfectly with the themes we've explored in the Maier Files. The idea that there's more beneath the surface, hidden layers of reality, coded messages in symbols and landscapes. Maybe Elferharz is a term with a double meaning, one referring to the hidden, esoteric wisdom of the region, and another, perhaps more practical, hinting at the location of something that should not be found easily.
Every Maier Files episode has layers of symbolism. Elferharz is full of hidden clues, numbers, runes, geometric symbols, and echoes from past episodes. You know what still gives me goosebumps? When I think about how episode 11 almost didn't happen. We were, how you say, stuck? But then Victoria came and everything changed. And Pat, when I was researching Otto Meier's documents, I came across something that made my skin crawl. In 1944, when he wanted to give up his work at the Harz facility, he received a mysterious letter from someone named Victoria. This cannot be coincidence or...
The parallels are absolutely fascinating, Lena. Both moments involve crucial turning points. For Otto, it was about continuing his research despite growing dangers. His experiments with the cube device were pushing boundaries between reality and something else. But wait, if Maier destroyed the letter, how do we even know about it?
Yeah, that's the strange part. The letter itself was burned, but the incident was noted in a separate report. One of his close associates, perhaps Ernst or someone else, mentioned that Maier received a message, hesitated, then destroyed it when asked about Victoria. That moment must have been significant enough for someone to write it down.
So, we only have traces of the event like an echo. No direct letter, just references to it.
Exactly. And this is where it gets, how you say, really strange. In Otto's notes, he writes that the cube has 144 facets and works as some kind of harmonic node, that it connects with hidden patterns in reality itself. He says time is not linear, but flows and folds back on itself. And when we found level 11 of the facility, the magnetic chamber, something happened that I still cannot explain.
The number 11 keeps appearing throughout this story, doesn't it? In the old texts you found, it's described as a liminal number, a bridge between worlds.
And what we discovered in that chamber, Pat, sometimes I wonder if we are really investigating this story, or if maybe the story is investigating us. The patterns, the connections across time, the mysterious appearances of Victoria, it all comes together in ways that seem impossible.
And that's exactly what makes episode 11 so remarkable. We uncover not just what happened in the Harz facility, but how those events still echo through time today. Join us for Elferharz, launching in less than 2 weeks, where we explore one of the most mysterious chapters of the Maier Files yet. When magnetic chambers activate, ancient symbols resurface and the barriers between past and present start to blur. What truths will emerge? And there's something else that lingers, a pattern we've seen before. Lena, when we examined the recordings and transcripts from level 11, there was a moment that stood out.
Ja, I know the one you mean. I keep thinking about it, that voice.
A voice that shouldn't have been there. At first, it sounded like interference, but when we isolated it...
It was my own voice, and I don't remember saying those words.
You were meant to find this. That's what it said.
Nein, es hieß genau, du solltest das finden. Not a random phrase, not background noise, a direct message, but from where or when?
It's impossible to say. But when you place it alongside Otto Maier's notes, the cube device, and even Victoria's letter, it feels less like coincidence, and more like a thread being pulled from somewhere beyond time.
As if something or someone is making sure this story is uncovered. And now I keep wondering, was it just interference, or is the past reaching out to us? Did Otto Maier himself hear voices when he worked on his machine? Was this how Victoria's message found him?
So many questions, Lena. And maybe, just maybe, the answers are still waiting for us, hidden somewhere between the layers of reality. Join us for episode 11, Elferharz. Some stories refuse to stay buried.
Before we go, a special thank you to Victoria, you know who you are, for your invaluable support that helped us bring episode 11 to life. Without you, we might still be lost in the labyrinth of unanswered questions. Danke.
As we close the pages of the Maier Chronicles, we want to express our deepest gratitude for joining us on this journey into the mysterious and the unknown. If you've been captivated by the enigma, share the intrigue with fellow seekers and leave no stone unturned. Subscribe, rate, and leave your thoughts to keep the conversation alive. Until our next unveiling, may the secrets of the Maier Files continue to inspire curiosity and spark your imagination. And never stop seeking the truth.